I'm back. Let's just see if this works better. I'll use my phone, and since I'm able to use my charger if I have to, I can plug it right up, and I can just set it up. But I just wanted to come back live, and I've had a lot of questions, and I don't want you guys to feel like that I'm ignoring you, or that I'm not seeing your questions, because I don't want to create this like what do you call it, like a fluster, and then all of a sudden, hey, this guy won't answer my questions. So what I'm gonna do is kind of I told a bunch of people that I've been seeing their questions come through. I've said that I will address some of those, and then sometimes it's hard for me to keep on track here, watching down here, because I see all the comments, but I'm trying to address everything. But I think the most important thing to address right now is what's happening in 5 days, and then if I can take questions, if that's okay, if you'll bear with me, because I think this will set things up for you. And luckily today, I've had all today off. I got to get my ears lowered. I didn't shave, but I got my hair did. Most people never get to see me with my hat off, but I'll show y'all. I'll show you what I got done. So anyways, I'll let you see with my hat off. So, but you know, like I said, real quick, if you didn't get to see the previous live, here's the deal. If they delete me from Facebook, you need to know where to find me. So find me on Rumble, where I'll be posting every video. I'll be taking all your questions, okay? And then I'll shoot a video or two a week, and I'll post that on Rumble. So I'll be answering all of your questions as you send them to my1776nation@gmail, or you can send a message in at at 1776 Nation Facebook page. So be sure to go over and like my 1776 Nation Facebook page. I'm going to create an alias name and plug it as an admin, and I can go, whenever they block me personally, I can go in on the admin on the alias name, and I can go live that way. So I'm gonna, they can't out-fox a fox, okay? So Rumble at Rattletrap1776 is where we be posting my shows weekly. I am gonna start my own show. That is a fact, okay? So then on Telegram, we can go live on Telegram. So if you don't have Telegram, download it. I can go live on there. We can do an audio or a visual. So it's Rattletrap 1776. Now I will say there's a lot of fake profiles popping up on me. Okay, I will never proposition you with anything. I will never try to sell you anything. Nothing like that. I have a donation link, which is all if you want to donate. No obligations. Zero obligations. But I will never proposition you with anything. I will never message you to meet you somewhere. Okay, I already know. That's all. I've already got security, things like that. So if I'm ever anywhere, now I'm not going to block you from talking to me, but I'm just saying that. I'm not going to, proposition you, nothing like that. So if someone's messaging you, it's not me, okay? Unless it's on my personal Facebook page, then that's fine, because you found a way to write through there. But other than that, don't fall for that stuff. They're all trying to make publicity. They're all trying to make money somehow. So don't fall for that. Okay, so I do have a Derek Johnson's fans only. It's not an OnlyFans. It's a Derek Johnson's fans page. They are not making money off of me. They have my PayPal, my donation link. That's mine. It goes to me. So I've already addressed that. So I want to address that again live. Okay, so you need to find my social handles, just in case Facebook gets me again. I just got out, for those that don't know, I'm fresh out of Facebook jail for 24-hour suspension because I put a little explosive signal for telling someone I dropped the truth, today. I don't even want to say it because they might get me for that. But anyways, so Rattletrap 1776 are my handles on Telegram and on Rumble. And then if something did happen, I have not once promoted my music with this, okay? I didn't know this was going to happen to me, but just in case something happens, you can find me on Instagram at Derek Johnson Country. And that way, if I can post there, you'll know what's going on. And then I'll say, hey, go over to Rumble, or hey, go over to this platform. I'm going live on there, and I'll take your questions, and we'll get through the Facebook jail together. So The other thing I said is if you got put in Facebook jail via sharing my stuff, screenshot it and send it to my1776nation at Gmail. Screenshot it. We're gonna take action on that. And then I just wanted to address all that again. So then my website, thedocuments.info. All my links are there. You don't even have to look it up. Go to however you pronounce it, thedocuments.info. You can find all my links on there to find out. Like if you ain't seen me post, you know something's up, because I'm gonna be posting when I can post. So if you ain't seen me post in 8 hours, you know something's up. So go be looking on the other sites and you can find me there, because I do want to take all your questions. I do. So I went live. I don't want to talk about that. Now y'all know where to go to find me. Okay, thumbs up, hit the little love buttons. You know where to find me if I haven't posted on Facebook. Okay, good. So real quick, before I start losing my train of thought and looking at the comment box down here, I'm going to address a question that I was given the other day. Okay, I did get a little hot on True Social the other day. I will be honest. Okay, a certain key figure, some guy, okay, some person with their little red check, didn't at me. They didn't say at Derek Johnson. They just flew off the handle and said that I was wrong about something, and then broke down something, and then what else is he wrong about? Okay, if anybody out there, if you're a big figure, I'm going to tell you what, if you don't like me, you at me. You call me or you at me. But if you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. I'm not a confrontational person, but if you mess with the bull, come on, cowboys and cowgirls, where you at? If you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. Okay, I've done a lot of study on this. You don't have to be a lawyer to interpret the law. You don't have to be some Harvard whiz kid. You ain't got to go to Oxford, London. You ain't got to go anywhere. You can have a 6th grade education like my grandpa and be the smartest man on this planet. Okay, Einstein dropped out of school. He was one of the most brilliant people. So I'm gonna warn people. The person came back at me after I called them out. I shouldn't have done it. I did. I did a double standard. I called them, a certain name I shouldn't have, but at least I added them and I said, look, here's the deal. All right, you at me before you tell me I'm wrong. Okay, you come at me like a human being. You come at me like an adult. Don't go out to 145,000 people and say I'm wrong before you come to me and ask for clarification. So what happened was they came at me. When I added them, I just wanted clarification. So you said I'm wrong straight out the gate, didn't at me, and you said I'm wrong straight out the gate, didn't even come to me personally, being figures now, didn't even say, hey, can you give me clarification of this? So this is a lesson in life, people. Before you tell someone they're wrong, there's a huge difference in calling someone wrong and then asking for clarification versus asking for clarification, finding an error, and then saying, hey, I think you're wrong about this. Huge difference. There's also a huge difference, because I obviously pissed off their fan base. This ain't about being fans. This is about truth. This is about law. This is about orders, okay? I'm not trying to build a fan base. I dropped a bomb, though. I dropped this truth, right, after people have been nickel and diming and crumbing people, throwing y'all crumbs for 2 years. I did it in one video, showed the whole blueprint. So I want to be the common man for the common man and woman. That's that's people, y'all want commonalities. I talk Southern. I am Southern. I'm a country boy. I hunt. I fish. I play golf when I can, when I feel like it. I go to the beach. I'm the common guy, okay? I'm a disabled veteran. I'm a veteran. I love this nation. But I'm just a good old boy. So, but there's a huge difference in being direct and condescending. And that's another problem we have in the U.S. or everywhere. People, oh, you're mansplaining. You're being disrespectful. No, I'm being direct. Everything I've shown y'all via documents, you can do what? You can click on a link and go to a .gov, .congress. Nothing I've given you it's not Derek Johnson knows it all .net. It's not. So if people are mad because I'm showing them the law, then they can just get mad. So I'm right over the target, and we know it. And what's happened is all these platforms that have been throwing everybody crumbs, now all those followers are coming to me, okay, which is fine, because I'm going to show y'all law. Every time we talk, I'm not talking about music. I'm not talking about the weather today. I'm not talking about this cool cowboy hat I got on, who I can't find anymore, Twister. I wish Twister was back in business because I need this hat again in case it gets damaged. But we're going to go over this right here. Executive Order 13848. This is what this person called me out on. Said, oh, it don't say, this is what they said. It don't say maritime law in there, and it don't say November the 3rd, 2020. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do this right here. We're going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show y'all. We're going to do this together. I've had a lot of inquiries, too, from messages. So we're going to do this together. This is the most important one right here. So we're going to do this right here. Let me flip the camera around. Let's do this. All right. So, all right. I'm going to show y'all something. Let me pull up the actual one. This is not the Federal Registry. So we're going to do this right here. So this is what you do, ladies and gentlemen. You just go right here, Executive Order 13848. All right, you want to look for Federal Registry. You want the actual Federal Registry. There it is right there. See it right there? federalregister.gov. Click on it. Duh. Okay. So I hope this gets to old boy. I've already called him out. I don't care if his fan base is mad or not. It ain't about being a fan. Okay, here you go. Executive Order, signed September the 12th, 2018. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, la, 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 la. Come on down. There it is, Donald J. Trump. I hereby declare a national emergency to deal with this threat. All right, about what? 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment. Well, what did they assess? They assessed the what? What happened in 2016? It was a presidential election. Okay, so you automatically know if they had a 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment, they're talking about presidential elections. So some smart aleck decided to write in and say, well, I'm pretty sure the next election after September 2018 was November 6th, 2018. Okay, well, why would Donald Trump be worried about? Donald Trump could have been, yeah, he's a voice. They were fixing all elections. They're trying to clean out all elections for everybody, but it didn't personally affect Donald Trump. The one that would have affected Donald Trump is November the 3rd, 2020. Use some common sense, okay? All you got to do is this. Watch this. Control F, and it drops this little thing right here down, and watch this. Election. This is what you do, ladies. Control F. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this. Election. Now, look how many times the word election is used. 22 times in this executive order. 22 times. Look. Election, elections, election, 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 election. Jesus, Lord, help us, God. I mean, what is so hard about that? Oh, it don't say November the 3rd, 2020 in there. He's the president. He's declaring a national emergency. He don't declare a national emergency for one state. It's a national emergency for all states. Jesus, God, help me. I'm already getting my breath high. Okay. Not later than 45 days after the conclusion of a United States election, the Director of National Intelligence, in consultation with the heads of... Anyway, you come on down. Here's another 45 days. Look at that. That equals 90 days. Well, 45 days on the November the 3rd was January 2nd. Just 4 days before what y'all thought was an insurrection, which wasn't. Okay? Why does the FBI keep getting involved? Because it's a covert sting operation. It's a massive covert sting operation. This second 45 days on the on the January the 2nd equals what? March the 3rd, 2021. What is so significant about March the 3rd, 2021? The original inauguration date in presidential history is March the 4th. The constitutional republic. Okay. Now let's come on down. Where does it say maritime law, Derek? Oh, glad you asked, Karen. Glad you asked. Look at here. Let's come on down. Look at that. Foreign interference in that targeted election. You think foreign people care about just Alabama alone? No, they care about what? The president, okay? Presidential election. Now let's come on down. Don't get dizzy looking at the screen. Hold on. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Look at it here. All property and interest in property that are in the United States that hereafter come within the United States or that are or hereafter come within the possession or control of any United States person of the following persons are blocked and may not be transferred, paid, exported, withdrawn, or otherwise dealt in. All right, now come on down. Look at here. Look at this bad boy. Let me come on down here. Let me find it. Don't get dizzy looking at the screen. Here we go. Where does it say it maritime law, Derek? Is that Karen's voice? That's a Karen voice, ain't it? It don't say maritime law in there. Blocking and prohibiting all transactions in a person's property and interest in property subject to the United States. What's that say right there, ladies and gentlemen? What is a jurisdiction? What is a jurisdiction? Okay. Now let me show you, since I've done showed y'all what the app is that tracks the aircraft. Okay. Let's just go over there to it, and I'm going to show y'all something. Oh, looky. It came right up to the screen. Look at that right there. Ooh. Don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy. Let's get all the regular aircraft out of the way. Looky here. You see that aircraft right there? What is he over, ladies and gentlemen? That is the United States Maritime Jurisdiction. Because what is maritime equal? The law of water. All right. That right there, that faint line right there, that little tiny line where the arrow is, where the little mouse is, that is the New Jersey Maritime Jurisdiction. So you have a state jurisdiction and you have a United States jurisdiction. That jurisdiction is the law of water. It is maritime border. Oh my God. And a dumb little country boy from the South just schooled every attorney and that went to Oxford and Harvard and Vanderbilt and everywhere else. Had to sell their soul to the British Accreditation Registry, and old little dumb country boy from the South just schooled them on the jurisdiction, the maritime jurisdiction. Look, United States jurisdiction. Blocking and prohibiting all transactions. And it just goes on. Look, it says this here. Look, export or re-export of goods or services, they're not coming in here. Okay? Anyone who is funding the Chinese Communist Party, that's why Governor DeSantis from Florida said this. That's why Governor DeSantis of Florida, Governor DeSantis said, hey, California, hey, companies, bring the ships down here. We'll let you in. That's why the ships are still out there. They can't move. If they're trying to get in, they can't move. They can't. Oh my God. I mean, it's right in front of you. You know, and I mean, I'm not getting frustrated at everybody. I'm just saying that people who want to be a Karen and say, it don't say the words November the 3rd, 2020. It just sounds like I'm talking to Gomer Pyle. You know, like it's like, am I having a conversation with Gomer Pyle's daughter? Like, did he really reproduce? God help us all. You know, like, no, it don't say that. What did Donald John Trump say? We're not going to announce to everybody what we're doing anymore. So he's not going to put in there, hey, we're going into maritime law. We're going to put maritime law in there. And then we're going to tell everybody what we're doing. Here you go, everybody. Here's our blueprint. Go share it with the enemy. So the reason why Executive Order 13848 is so important is this. It's September the 6th. All right. In 5 days, maybe the Illuminati will share this. Maybe the Illuminati will come in here and screenshot this. Look at there. He's holding up the 5. He's Illuminati. You know, oh gosh, look at that gang symbol. The Illuminati said that I'm a gangster because I did the hook 'em horns. Boy, y'all wouldn't be a good Illuminati. they would get their butt beaten in an alley quick because they thought a dude's holding up a hook 'em horns thing. Oh, look at here, that's a devil horns. Ha! I mean, go Rams. God, we got some dumb people in this country. It ain't everybody, but we do have some dumb people still left. Because I guess everybody who will be at the Alabama-Texas game this weekend, if they do this, they're all Illuminati, right? I mean, it's just, we got some dumb people in the country, but, we want trolls to step up. So the reason why Executive Order 13848 is so important is this. So I always revert back to this. I was looking at my phone. I was looking at my pictures just last night and this morning. I've got the Apple News that if you got Gmail on your phone, Apple News drops the Apple News at the very beginning every morning. You're like, delete, because it ain't news. But I still have them saved on November the 16th or November the 14th, 2020, where it said this election was the most perfect, or it's like, it was like most secure election in history. Well, no one in the general public had even been talking about voter fraud. Not in the general public. You may have known yourself, but I'm talking about the general public. We're not talking, had no idea about, election fraud. So I've got that screenshot, which is awesome and damning. But why, if the general public didn't learn about voter fraud until December 2020 and January 2021, etc., why and how did Donald John Trump know to write an executive order September the 12th, 2018 for it to activate on November 3rd, 2020? That's predicting the future. So that means they already knew. Well, we do. Military always knows. And that's the disconnect we have. That's why I got so frustrated, and that's why I lost my cool that day. When, of course, I guess I wouldn't be here if my video didn't go viral. But I've lost my cool because so many civilians want to question a veteran who knows military law, military orders, military regulations, military symbols, the Constitution, and the law manual of war, the United States codes. So many people want to say, oh, well, I don't know if I believe that. I'm sorry that you don't want to believe law, but that's what the law books say. And until law is changed, that's what it says. Now, there's people out there that say this. Well, we haven't abided by the law. Congress hadn't abided by the laws for many, 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 many years. I get that. But you've seen visual evidence of law being upheld and enforced right now. And here's how. The National Guard into federal duty. Okay, so I'm going to bring you up another op that happened today. I'm going to show you some stuff that happened today that's going to really excite you. And I've gotten messages from so many people that said I slept for the first time in 3 years. I had a good night's rest after I've seen your videos and I looked up the law and orders. That means a lot. You guys don't need to be stressed. Don't be tired. Don't be stressed. Just don't. My grandpa in this same room, this is my grandpa's house. This is why the panel's still in here. It's an old school house. But I learned to play guitar right here. And my grandpa always said, if you get frustrated, put it down. Don't get angry and don't get mad. Don't get bitter. If you get frustrated, put it down and come back to it. This is a lot of information. It's a lot of information, but it's there. And once you read it and once you apply it, then you'll feel so much better that the good guys and gals are in charge. The military's been in control of this country since 2017. This is a sting operation, okay? And everything is going to be okay. So I'm going to quit talking in between. People tell me to shut up sometimes, but I gotta make you feel good. Got to get you listening. So Executive Order 13848. How did he know to write September 12th, 2018 for a national emergency to activate on November the 3rd, 2020? They already knew. Military already knows. Military intelligence. Space Force. That's why he ended the Air Force space program and created the independent space program. When people hear Space Force, they think, oh, we're flying to the moon. No, it's cyberspace, cyber wars, okay? What we're in right now is an information war. That's why Facebook don't like me, because we're in an information war. They're telling you their information is factual based off what? They use the United States Code in their bylaws, a code from the Constitution, but yet I'm sitting here telling you every Constitution, every code, and everything you can tangibly look up that proves that Donald Trump is still president by the same Constitution, the same U.S. codes that they want to suppress me and you, okay? That's what we got to get straight, and it is getting straight, but we got to get this passed through our neighbors, okay? Not because I wrote it, but because everything I wrote is law and order. It's what's going on. So you got to understand, September the 12th, 2018, he issued, I'm going to flip it back around. He issued, I hereby declare a national emergency to deal with this threat right there. Okay? So the 45 days takes you to January the 2nd, which was 4 days before he activated the National Guard by Executive Order 13919. Okay? Well, then this 45 days here, even though the whole world was distracted with January the 6th, that's why Americans love drama, and they knew that people would gravitate towards the drama and the acting versus this right here. That 45 days puts you over to March the 3rd, 2021, which was the day before the original inauguration in U.S. history. Okay, the reason why that's important is this. Everything you've seen optically reverts back to World War II, because that's the last time a president has used 47 United States Code 606, which activates the National Guard to federal duty, all 50 states. Okay, so that's important. There's a lot of optics in that, and I'll bring that up. But this executive order right here was extended. It was extended last September. When everybody thought Biden was president, he extended this order, okay? Well, a national emergency, the reason why President Trump issued a national emergency, he issued 3. He issued this one via executive order. Then he issued 2 more verbally in 2020, and FEMA also issued them together because they're in this together, okay? FEMA's backing the president. So there's 3 national emergencies that Congress never addressed. And here's why they didn't address them, okay? When you, the people, find out, when you all find out that COVID was a biochemical weapon, when y'all find out that they used COVID to kill your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your son, your children, when you find out the truth, it's coming. I hate it for you, but when you find out the truth that it was all planned, that's why they couldn't address a national emergency, because that a national emergency by federal law has to be addressed by that Congress, not today's Congress, not 2 years down the road Congress, but to that Congress then had to address it. Well, that Congress then was dead in the Senate, okay? You had to go back and look at the numbers. They couldn't beat Donald Trump in the Senate. They couldn't beat him. If they could, even when they gained the Senate back, they couldn't beat him because he had what? The power to write an executive order. So he had them cornered no matter what. And everything he wrote into law had them cornered. So that's why during 2020, you the people, if you remember it, if you remember audio, they said we have a nuclear option for Trump. We have a nuclear option if we have to use it. COVID was their nuclear option because it what? It divided people up because of emotions, because of death, okay? It was a nuclear option. It's the worst attack. And President Trump verbally said, what? World War II, he said it. This is the worst attack since what? Pearl Harbor. There were optics around it. And everybody went crazy. Oh, I can't believe he's comparing this to Pearl Harbor. See, there's sensitive people who can't handle the truth. That's the people we're dealing with right now in this nation. People who cannot handle the truth, okay? It has nothing to do with your livelihood. If someone was going to rob your house tonight, and if you had insight on it, or if I drove by your house and I saw something was going to happen to you, and I knew how to protect you, wouldn't you want me to protect you no matter what my beliefs are? Wouldn't you want me to go into action no matter what my beliefs are? Yes. So that's what we got a problem in this nation. We've had a problem. Everybody wants to judge people based off how they believe versus knowing that, okay, I may not believe what you believe, but you might still be a good person. You might still have my best interests at heart. And that is what the United States veteran is. The United States veteran has your best interest no matter what. No matter what you believe, no matter how you live. We're your best interest. Okay? Donald Trump, by visual law and by everything he's done, has your best interest. And it wasn't just him. The United States military is backing him. The veterans, the civil patrol, the defense contractors, and then also National Guard, state militias. And then he's got 800 generals that are leading this charge. Unification. God calls you up. Look at me. I'm a perfect example. You never heard of me until 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago. 1 Peter 5 verse 6, humble yourselves and I will what? I'll exalt you in due time. Okay, so I'm one of you, but I do know this like the back of my eyelids. This executive order is probably the most important piece of paper since the Declaration of Independence. He put a national emergency in there, which means they had to address it. The reason why they couldn't address it was because they would have had to verbally tell you, the people, to get rid of Donald Trump, to make Donald Trump walk away. They would have had to come out on address the nation and tell you, the people, what they've been doing for years. We've had our hands in Ukraine. We've had our hands in the cookie jar in China. We launched COVID because of this. They would have had to right there have a public trial right then and there and to tell you what they did, because Donald Trump had the goods over here. He had all the goods to tell them, you're going to either say this now, or the people are going to find out later at what? Guantanamo Bay, when you're on public trial. And then because you weren't willing to take a deal here, that means you were willing to go through all this evil. Then when you get to Guantanamo, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get the death penalty. They're going to take you out via the firing squad. We're going to bring back old school. That's what Donald Trump meant. Be careful what you wish for. All his speeches had optics laced around it. Be careful what you wish for, because it's going to come back to get you. So you got to go back and look at Donald Trump. 2014, he tweeted a General Patton quote. He said, God have mercy on my enemies, because I sure won't. Okay, so you have to read into optics. You would have had to been following this. You can't be a dime store politician, pick it up one day, put it down the next, pick it up one day, put it down the next. That's why it seems like I'm this breath of fresh air. I'm really not. I'm just a small town boy who reads what you're supposed to read, laws and orders. Read what's supposed to be that governs you, not propaganda. So the reason why I keep saying, you got to understand how important a national emergency is and why they couldn't address it. They would have had to expose all their lies, their fraud, their crimes against humanity, which are in U.S. codes. They've all broken all those U.S. codes. So Biden, right? Biden, I say that because he ain't really real. He ain't president. Biden extended Executive Order 13848. Why would Joe Biden extend an order that has a national emergency in it, maritime law in it, and then an election fraud committee? That one order has all those things in it. Why would he extend something that's going to damn his administration? Why would he extend something that's going to remove his administration? That's what that would do. So here's what happened right in front of you just last week. It's very beautiful. If you didn't see my post, I've posted it. This executive order has a deadline on it. It's coming September the 11th. What is September the 11th in our history? You don't think they didn't plan this perfectly? This executive order, second deadline, is coming up on September the 11th. And here's what they'd have to do. Here's their two options. They've got two options. They would have to either come out and tell you, the people, us the people, that COVID was an attack on your family. We killed your family because it was a biochemical weapon. Yes, Executive Order 13959 that President Trump said what? All assets will be frozen effective immediately if you are using U.S. stocks and funds to what? Fund the Chinese Communist Party. Yes, we did that too. Okay. They'd have to come clean on all these crimes against humanity, fraud, and treason. Okay. The horrible stuff. Or their other option is simply this 4545, the assessment of the voter fraud. So they only have two options. Come clean on their crimes throughout the last 20 or 30, 40, 50 years, or take the lower charge and go, okay, well, we cheated on the election. Yes, President Trump won by a landslide, which is going to be proven. They got the watermark. The military was tracking all the votes. The military was tracking all the votes. Okay, so they would either have to do that or do this. If they don't do any action at all, then that gives what? The military prime reason to do what? Visually move in. Okay, and you can't blame Donald Trump at that point because it was a national threat. It was a national security threat. It was a national emergency. And he issued 3 of them that were unaddressed. That's the deadline coming up. All right, now let me show you the optics behind that. The optics behind that, y'all watched, everybody's saying the Biden speech where he looked like Hitler. This was Hitler. The two hands balled up was Hitler, okay? Go look at Hitler's pictures in his speeches. The two hands like this. And he was like shaking his fist. That's Hitler, okay? Dictator, a king, you know, a czar, okay? All the terms that would fit a king, a czar, a dictator, a ruler, okay? There was one. Two, it was lit up like a castle. All right, there's your second optic. Third, the Marine was not at parade rest. Okay, in the military, we have position of attention, parade rest, and at ease. His hands were in front of him. Okay, that is not a military stance at all. It's not military bearing at all. Any Marine or any soldier should be able to tell you that. All right, that was another. The pants on the Marine were loose. They were not custom fit. So that was also another optic. Then the gold fringe flag sitting there, gold fringe flag. Gold fringe is Admiralty Courts. Admiralty, what is an admiral? Is in the Navy, right? Well, what is Navy? Oh, Navy is on the water. Well, what is the law of water? Maritime, okay? The gold fringe flag is maritime law. Admiralty Courts, naval, water, okay? There's that. The other big optic that I broke that no one had thought of, but it's why it's awesome and it's a puzzle. And that's why you got me. We're going to get through this together. This is really awesome. You got to think about this. This is really, really, really cool. Okay. President Trump is a mastermind. He's a chess player. He's a master chess player. He's always 5 steps ahead of his enemy. Okay. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something over here. We're going to do this real quick. I'm going to look it up while we're talking. 2 knights and a king. Let's see, check, mate. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna turn this around again. Can you checkmate with 2 knights? Okay, I'm gonna show y'all something else that y'all need to follow too. We're gonna go right here. Watch this. www.qaggregator. This right here. It's gonna show you the Q drops. I'm gonna show y'all something cool. All right, this right here. I'm gonna follow and do this right here. All right, come over here. You come to the search bar. You put in castle. Watch this bad boy. All right, I'm gonna show you something. This pulls up this. Look right here. This was dropped August the 29th. This is what the Q posted. Look, what's that say down there? Castle clean. Now look at this. Look at it close. 2 Marines, and President Trump is behind them. There's you an optic. Now look, he's behind the Marines. Those are actual Marines right there, bad boy. Those are clean Marines right there. Look, castle clean. This is the Q. All right, now let's come over here. Okay. Let's find a picture of. Let's look at Biden real quick. I know we don't want to look at him, but Biden speech. I'm going to show y'all something. Let's see. All right, we're going to do this. Images. We're going to pull this up together. Where was it at? Oh, they ain't wanting to show you that one, huh? Let's see. September 1st. They don't want to pull up the castle clean, huh? Okay, look. Right here. This is a good one. Now look. What is that? Look. They ain't at parade rest, but look. You got what? 2 Marines. And what? 1 guy. So let's go back over here. 2 Marines. President Trump. This is how you put optics together. Castle. Well, they gave you a clue. Word. Castle. So that's supposed to look like a castle. Well, what do you know with a castle? A castle has a what? A king. And then they have knights. All right. Well, President Trump is an ultimate chess player. So watch this. Can you checkmate with 2 knights and a king? All right, now watch this. We're going to read this together. This is beautiful. This is the optic for the week. And then also the executive order 13848. Watch right here. It is impossible to win with 2 knights, since the king will either have to escape or is stalemate. The knight just doesn't have as much range as 2 bishops. If we're talking about 2 bishops, then yes, there are ways to win with that combination. But checkmating with 2 knights is a different thing. No matter how much you frame it, the king plus knight combination on their own cannot deliver a checkmate. Even Magnus Carlsen would never be able to accomplish this. This is because it is literally impossible to deliver a checkmate in this condition. Okay, now come on down. Watch this. Here you go. This is your optics. Y'all ready to get excited? This is what you're getting to get excited. This hey, the deadline on this right here, look. The deadline on this executive order is in 5 days. They either have to expose voter fraud, or they either have to expose to y'all they killed your families, and they've been money laundering all these years, and they've been just corrupt and evil. They got two options in this executive order 13848. So let's go back over here. You've seen this. I'm gonna go back over here again. This was 2 days, dropped 2 days before the speech that Biden had that y'all look like the evil Hitler. Now watch this. Oh, y'all about to get excited. Y'all better share this far and wide. Theoretically speaking, the only way to checkmate with two knights is to drive the enemy king to the corner and trap it, such in a way where it cannot move so the other knight can deliver a checkmate. However, since stalemate exists, it really wouldn't result in a win, which is why it is impossible to checkmate, since the best is only stalemate. Whew, now look at this. And look at this. Let's go over here. Some of y'all know what stalemate means, but let's do what the dictionary says. Let's get excited over here. Now, let me show y'all this. Let's do it like this, where everybody can read it together. All right. A situation in which further action is blocked. A deadlock. A deadline. A deadlock. All right. Let's go back. What does President Trump always say? What has he been telling everybody, ladies and gentlemen? What has Derek Johnson exposed to you in one video? I exposed what 2 years of platforms have dropped y'all crumbs. And look at this right here. Look at here. However, since stalemate, all right, let's go back. Let's bring up the definition again. Since the further action is blocked, since the further action is blocked, it really wouldn't result in a win, which is why it is impossible to checkmate since the best. There's your key word. What does President Trump always say? The best is yet to come. Since the best is only stalemate. Stalemate, the further action is blocked. So let's go back over here. This bad boy right here, this actor, even though he's an actor, they're trapped. They got to decide, do they want to expose voter fraud, or do they want to expose COVID, money laundering, sex trafficking, human trafficking, all the corruption through the years. Castle clean. You have to follow these Q drops to understand that. I mean, it's a big operation. But President Trump tells you all the time, the best is yet to come. Well, best is a chess term. Since the best is only stalemate. Oh boy, I'm telling you, it's that should excite you right there. You don't even have to know everything I know. Like, you wouldn't need me if you learned my documents. You really wouldn't need me anymore. Like, you might need me to, like, you know, address things in it. But I meant, like, once we did everything I could on video, and I broke down every order and I broke down everything, you wouldn't need me anymore. And that's okay, because you, the people, have allowed me to fulfill my duty, I feel like, as a veteran, as I was cut short as a disabled veteran. You've allowed me to feel that sense of, to feel it. So, anyways, you know, the best is yet to come. He says it all the time. It was a chess term. The best, you best somebody, is a chess term. Okay, so, you know, so that Executive Order 13848. People will keep asking me about the border. So people asking about the border. It's all optics. How did 2,000 dirt poor Haitians get to Del Rio, Texas? No one looked at that. They told you it was Haitians. They didn't say, they ain't saying Mexicans. They the news, the mainstream news, because they're being what? Okay, powers of the president. Powers of the president. The president has the right to shut down TV broadcasts and internet. He can shut them down. Well, if he can shut them down, he can also do what? Control them. Okay? This was a controlled operation. Y'all were never supposed to know what's going on, not because to keep you in the blind, but where they could operate behind the scenes. They didn't need a bunch of good old boys getting out with their AR-15s in the street. I'm going to take back my country, because good old boys don't know what's going on right here. Okay? Now, good old boys, I'm not picking on you because I'm a good old boy. You need to protect your household. You need to protect your family. You don't need to get out in the streets, and that's why they didn't expose this. Okay? We also are rooting out a bunch of people in the U.S. Okay? Once again, let me show you this other optic here that you all missed. If you saw my Truth Social post just yesterday, you would see this. But let's do this right here. I'm going to show you this cool thing that you missed. Does this mean if the enemies choose voter for all, they would get away with the other evils? No, they won't get away with their evils. But I'm not sure what they're going to show you, the people, via Guantanamo Bay, because some of you wouldn't be able to handle. What's going on via firing squads and you know, things like that. So, and I wouldn't want you to see that either. Sorry, while this is pulling up, I'll come back to the feed right here, but I'm putting this in. We don't have to watch that. But no, they're going to get punished. They're not going to get away with it. No, not at all. Let me see here. I'm going to pull this up where we're sitting here. I want to show y'all something else that y'all missed. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it like, you know, you didn't see it. Now watch this. Look here. Army is spending $500 million. Look, June 24, 2018. And we're going to pull this up. All right. And look at this right here. This is military.com. Now look at this. This is June 24th, 2018. This is military.com. That's where all our guys, we read this. Now watch. U.S. leaders say the next war will be fought in mega cities. But the service has embarked on an ambitious effort to prepare most of its combat brigades to what? Fight not inside, but beneath them. The next war will be fought in mega cities beneath them. See, you guys gotta understand there's tunnels. We have tunnels that have been created for years. They were created initially for good, but then what? They got abused. Sex trafficking, child trafficking. So a lot of things are going to be exposed that I'm warning you right now that when the truth is revealed, this is a biblical, monumental, and covert operation. It's I'm telling you. So, you know, all the people doing the laughy faces, you can laugh all you want, but the wolf's about to knock on your door. And so go ahead, laugh all you want. But when the wolf knocks, you won't be laughing anymore. You know, that right there in itself, you know, should tell people, I mean, that's what I say all the time. We have a disconnect between veterans and civilians, and not in a bad way necessarily all the time. But I've had so many veterans write in saying, thank you for giving me a voice. Thank you for making me feel validated, while all my family made me feel like I was crazy. And so I know how they felt because mine did the same thing. We just have a disconnect. Everybody wants to pat us on the back, thank us for our service, buy you a free meal, but nobody wants to listen to law and order. No one wants to listen to the same thing that my buddy right here paid the price for. You know, no one wants to listen. They served under the same military law, the same orders, the same symbols, the same everything, the Constitution. It's the same law. And nobody wants to listen to that. And that's what makes us, you know, get the way we do. That's why sometimes we do fly off the handle and we say things that, you know, you won't invite us back to your cookout for. Because Karen wants to be a know-it-all in propaganda. And there's a difference in government and propaganda. There's a difference in politics and government. You know, when people say we don't need a government, we don't need the government telling us what to do, but we need a government to govern the right way. You know, there's a big difference. And, you know, so That's one thing. The border, once again, no one was paying attention with the border situation. Okay, first and foremost, we have our border walls are perfect. Okay, no one's going down there. I tell people all the time, have you been to the border? Have you seen the border yourself? If you haven't, then my word versus yours is just a washout. But I got people on the border. I know what's going on the border. So and I trust my people. Why? Because of what? They serving for the same reasons. They're serving for the same cause. So I'm going to go with mine before I go with anybody who's just looking at Fox News or CNN or MSNBC, because why? They're being controlled. The reason and how they're being controlled is because of war powers of the president. All the optics around it align with what? FDR. FDR was the last person to use 47 United States Code 606, which is war powers of the president. When you listen to President Trump's speeches on World War II and Pearl Harbor, you would have optics. Everything in life we use as words. That's why our words matter. Terminology matters. It matters. Laws matter when it comes to what? Back in the Constitution. So it's a lot of information. It is. But the reason why I wrote my documents the way I did is for the average person to be able to take it, read those, and once you read those, then you can venture out into Q Talk. Then you can venture out into understanding quantum physics and things of that nature, because it's a lot of information. It's like you just can't pick up in the middle of it and then understand. You have to have a foundation, and that's why I wrote those documents. Those documents give you a foundation to start what happened in 2017. Read those and then get up to here, and then I can tell you all the optics in the world. But if I just came on and did an optics show, you wouldn't know what the heck I'm talking about if you don't know law and order. You don't know what Donald Trump was different than any other president in history because of his laws and orders, not because of people and their, ideas and thoughts about what kind of person he is. If you don't know someone personally, you don't have the right to talk about them. I'm taking a lot of heat right now. People have never met me. That's fine. God's going to judge them. Let God have that. Don't get in arguments with people, because you wouldn't want your name in someone else's mouth either. If they don't know you, hell hath no fury if your name was in someone else's mouth. You wouldn't want that. And that's what we got to get back to. It's okay to sit around with your buddies and make jokes about your friends that are okay with you making jokes. One of my buddies called me today. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting a haircut. I'm as ugly as you are right now." And he just dies out laughing. He was like, "Well, why don't you wear a brown paper bag like I wear around?" And I said, "Well, I ain't got one, but if I found one, I'd wear it. Then we'd be twins." Well, he's my best friend. We can talk like that. But if you're talking about someone you don't know about, you don't know them, you need to keep your mouth shut. Okay, so it applies with everybody in life. Okay, when someone shows us an action, malicious, or they lie on you, or they do something to spite you, then cut them off. That's your right to do that. You don't have to associate with anybody. But looking at President Trump and what he did everything by the law of the land. Okay? And if you don't like that, I respect your opinion, but get out. Okay? Because I am a son of the Revolution, and I'm a son of the Confederacy, which means my family's been here since the beginning. And I do love it. And there's a lot of patriots in this chat right now, and there's a lot of patriots watching this that want this country the way it was founded. And if you don't like that, guess what? There's 195 countries, registered countries, 195 registered countries that you can take your happy butt to. They have socialism, fascism, communism, this-ism, and that-ism. Go. And I'll take some of my donation money that people been donating to and put your butt on a plane and wish you well. Sayonara. See you later. Whatever. I can learn all kinds of languages that say bye in and send you over there. You've got a lot of options for you. I don't. If I want a country like the United States, then guess what? I got to stay here and fight for it, because there's not another country like the United States. You got a lot more options than I got. So, Okay, let's see if I can take some questions now. Let's see, where does it say? See, does our CIC have a current VP? Yes, but I'm not going to say, because that you wouldn't believe me. So, it's already been, let's see. Daughter of the Revolution, awesome. You wouldn't believe me if I told you who our VP is. So I'm gonna leave that one quiet. It's exciting. You ain't never gonna believe that. So let's see here. Let's see what else. So, tells you how to look up the documents. Okay, the documents are thedocuments.info. THE documents plural with an S .info. Thedocuments.info. Do not type them in the. Don't, whatever you do, don't type them out and you'll get blocked. So don't type it. Just let me say it. So don't type it out. I promise you, they're gonna flag you if you type it. So don't do that. I'm just warning you right now, they're gonna get you if you type that out. So I'm just protecting you. If you want to be on your Facebook, or if this was your only option to speak to your family, don't do that, because you know, don't go to jail for that. It ain't worth that. But there's so much stuff like let me think what else question I had this week. That way, if they're watching, the biggest key thing right now though is that it's exciting is the deadline. I mean, that's how close we are. I mean, that's how weird. Look at my eyes. I did 4 shows yesterday, but we're very close to what we call the big event. And so you know, I just take optics every single day and break it down, because I have the codes back here to break it down. By law, and then Q codes, and like I put together with the Biden speech. Okay, today the other one that I posted on my True Social was this. So during World War II, all right, so you got to go back to this. If y'all listen to me now, hang with me here. Before I answer more questions, listen to this. Okay, here's you another optic. In World War II, all right, FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt, when they went into martial law, they used all airports and interstate system for emergency landings. Okay, that's why the interstate system was created, for military to travel across the country a lot more efficiently. Okay, so in 1919 there was an act, and then in 1921 they upped that act. I'm gonna show you real quick. Let's just do it like this. I want you guys to be able to see this. So we're going to do this together, 1921, especially if they delete this anyway. Federal Highway Act. There it is right there. You click on the Federal Highway Act. Now watch this. This is awesome. You're going to love this. All right, right here. Watch this. Click on that. All right, come on, come on, come on. Come on. All right. So, John Pershing, let me pull that up. All right, I'm going to go to my inbox real quick. I'm going to flip this around where you can see me. Let me go to my inbox, because I don't want anybody's name possibly being seen, and I don't want anybody's identity. I don't want that to be blamed on me. Okay, interstate system. Here we go. We're going to do this. Pull this up. I'm going to show y'all something really cool. Y'all going to love this. Pershing map. Okay, so when I show you guys the actual, when I show you all the flight app, right, which I pulled it up just a while ago. All right, here we go. Watch this. All right, so when I show you all the flight app, anytime you see an aircraft that's leaving an international airport that's not an Air Force base or any kind of military base or National Guard base, let's see where this one took off from. Look, here's your, look at there. Look at the call sign, Cabal. Ooh, let me screenshot that. Oh, boom, look at that. Everybody screenshot your phone right now. Everybody screenshot it. Screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. Cabal, coming out of New Jersey. Guess who's been staying in New Jersey? President Trump. Look, screenshot it. Everybody get it. Screenshot. Get it. Sarah, because most other veterans don't know about this. Most other veterans serve for paychecks. They serve for housing. They serve for college. Sorry, I call out veterans now. We have a responsibility. Okay. Look, screenshot it. Okay. All right, so look at here. In 1919, the U.S. Army sent an expedition across the U.S. to determine the difficulties that military vehicles would have on a cross-country trip. Well, guess who was on that? Guess who was on that trip? Dwight Eisenhower, then a 28-year-old, look at that, lieutenant colonel. Future president in the making right there, was on this expedition as they went across the country. All right, it took them, look, It's 62 days to drive 3,200 miles. Think about that. I've driven to California in 3 days. All right, look, 62 days to drive 3,200 miles. Now let's come over here. This is what it was backed by, okay? The Federal Aid Highway Act, okay? $75 million. That was a lot of money then. Now guess who drew the map? Y'all follow me now, hold on, follow me. Guess who drew the map? Pershing, John Pershing. Look, there it is right there. See the map? They divided it 1, 2, 3. 3 sections. All right, John Pershing. All right, now come over here. There's John Pershing. You see, he's a real person. Oh, look at there, General. General. All right, now look. Let's go over to this right here. And watch this. Let's go to the documents. Let's go to the documents. Oh, what's Derek going to show us? Derek's got an optic for us, don't he? Derek has an optic. Derek has an optic. Oh, let's let it pull up. So, when you go to the documents, which is taking forever to pull up, all right? If you saw on True Social, you already know what the secret is. So, it's going to take a while to pull up because I got crappy internet. But guess what was the band that was used at the fake inauguration, which was not a real, it was actually a military-grade funeral, right? Because that's what broke me the most, was me telling y'all this is a military-grade funeral, right? Yeah, it's perfect. It's freaking awesome. Well, guess what? The band that was at the military-grade funeral for Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. was Pershing's own. They're not the actual Army band, right? They are the Army band, but that wasn't the actual Army band. Okay, the band that actually does the ceremony, the ceremonial for the president is a presidential salute battery. All right, but the Army band, it wasn't the real Army band, but it was Pershing's own. If you zoom in on the picture that I have in documents, it's Pershing's own. There's your optics right there. See, everything goes back to what? World War II. All right, so the documents are taking forever to pull up, but I've got all that in the documents. You can go in there during the inauguration and look at the pictures and zoom in on those pictures. Pershing's own. Okay, so there's your optics right there. The interstate system. So all these aircraft that are taking off, when they take off from any kind of base that is not a military base, like earlier today, one took off from, if you're from Ohio, one took off from right here, right up here, all you Ohioans, or however you say it, Ohio. So it took off from right there. See this one right here? It took off right here. Right there. Burke Lakefront Airport. It's not a, look, there's no National Guard attached to it. There's no anything. It's a tiny airport. A P-8 Poseidon, a maritime aircraft, took off right here. That tells you right there that President Trump and our nation are using 47 United States Code 606, War Powers of the President, and all of our airports are open for military. They're open for military, and the interstates are available if they need it. Hopefully we won't need no emergency landings, but they open up all the former, what they call, I had a guy write me this week, and we were talking, a military guy, open all the field bases back up, okay? They were shut down, a lot of them were shut down, but they've opened them back up. I've got multiple pictures in the documents that show they've been taken off from field bases. And that's a regular air base, right? I mean, that's just a regular airport right there. So that's how you tie in optics, okay? Regular airport. What are our airports during wartime? Open for all military, all right? Then you go back to FDR. Then you look at President Trump's speeches. What happened during FDR? Pearl Harbor. It all ties in. It's all optics. So, you know, I know people get tired of hearing that word, and if you're not up to speed with everything right now, it's frustrating. I get it. But you got to look at Executive Order 13848, and then you got to build from there. And it's really no way for me to, I mean, there is a way for me to build it for you, but it's going to be frustrating. And you can't get mad when I don't answer certain questions, because you need to learn the basis and the foundation first. And once you learn the basics and the foundation, then you can ask those questions. But I cannot make you read. I can't make you go read. That's the problem here. I can't make you read truth. I can't make you read law and order. Now, I've had a lot of things come in this week. You shouldn't get on this show. You shouldn't get on that show. You shouldn't get on this show. Look, they can't steal anything from me. All I wrote out in those documents are law and order. It's not stealing anything from me. I can't take credit for the law and order. I wish I could. I wish I was a part of that, but they can't steal anything from me. It's all law and order. So what do they have to do? If they steal in law and order, they're telling you what? The truth. So what did I do? I forced every platform to have to what? Go, how did this guy drop all this in one video in a set of documents, and it's been 2 years on your platform? And that ain't me attacking the shows, but I'm just saying, look, they either didn't know themselves, they either didn't know, and you've been paying a subscription all this time, or they've been holding back. I mean, it's either or. It's one or the other. They either don't know themselves or they've been holding back. And my whole thing is this. I've been getting donations. I've got my Venmo up for my music, but I've been getting donations. I do have a PayPal donation link, but I have not. I paid out of pocket for that website. So it's like I'm happy where I'm at in my life. I'm blessed. I'm a retired veteran. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I've got a family around me that loves me. I got a couple of good, true friends and veteran buddies, and I'm blessed. I have nothing to gain except I hope President Trump calls me personally. I've heard he has sent me message. Yes, he sent me message through people that know him, and he said, I approve your message. But I hope I get a phone call from him, because I personally would love to be Secret Service, or I personally would love to go back in the military if he can change my RE4 code and change it for me and go, okay, you want back in? Good. Because I personally don't want a TV show. Not because I don't love you people, and not because I don't love and thank you for your support, but I personally I'm a pissed veteran. I'm a mad veteran. I'm an upset veteran. So, it's one of those things where, I never dreamt that I'd be trying to start a TV show and to address all these questions. But because you're struggling, if you're having mortgage problems, financial issues, if your eyes look like mine, you haven't slept in a while, you're tired, you're weary, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're bitter, you're upset, look, by law, Donald John Trump is still your president. And by law, they are doing a covert sting operation. It was not secretive. It's right in front of you. If it was secretive, they wouldn't put the flight app up. If it was secretive, they wouldn't show you these aircraft in the sky. If it was secretive, you wouldn't be able to look up all the links that I've shown you that go over to the executive orders. Okay? So it's like, it's all right in front of you. And I thank God called me, because I wanted to be back in the military so bad. And I have the gift of random facts. Okay, ask the ex-girlfriends. I have random facts. I'm the guy you want sitting with you at trivia. Okay, I'm the random fact guy. And then I also love history, and I've just been building this my whole life. I've been building, reading, building, reading, building, reading. And God called me up, obviously. And that's all I am, as a common person. And I know it's frustrating to watch these shows and to hear about this conspiracy type talk or this, that, and other. Now, it's not conspiracy, but you just want the common person you don't need to know that. You need to know the general premises of law. If you can just know the general premises of these orders, then you'll know what's going on. Like the deadline this week. We're talking about 5 days away. 5 days away from probably, like I say, the most monumental piece of paper since the Declaration of Independence. So, it's brilliant. But you have to read. And it ain't because I wrote it. It's just because I took all that for you. I took all those laws, and I took all the .gov and the .this, and I just put it in there for you. You don't even have to go Google the links. All you gotta do is click on it. But look, I finally got the app. I got it pulled up. So we're gonna go right here. Don't look at the screen. Don't get dizzy. But just remember, just don't look at the screen. You get dizzy. But I'm gonna show you the picture. We're gonna go to Pershing's Own. Okay. Oh, let's go while I was passing this. See it? Here's the other one. Real Donald Trump. Look, June 18th, 2014. Everything's got a June stamp on it too. May God have mercy upon my enemies, because I won't. Boom, Facebook. Fact check that. Beep. Yeah. Fact check this. If I could cuss, I would definitely. It ain't cussing, but if I could say that, my mama wouldn't be upset. I would. I'd be like, fact check this. Beep. So let's get on down. Let's get on down. Let's get on down. It's coming down here. Coming down here. Coming down here. It's supposed to be in here. Oh, let's go back to that. Look at that. Ooh, look at there. Where's Karen at? There's the November the 3rd tweet. That's why that executive order has nothing to do with November the 6th, 2018 election. Look. Oh, look at there. What we learned in 2018. Okay. Well, let's see. Where is it at? Daggone it. Maybe it's in the other order. Maybe it's not in this one. Oh my gosh. Do I need to get on my little rant again? Look at that. He was already old. Look. I mean, every time I see it, I don't know how people... Look at that. Let me get back on them chompers. Look at that. What in the mad... Look at that. What is that? Is that like a... What is that? I mean... Where is the freaking person's own? See, y'all thought Putin was a bad guy. Look. What does it say? I'll work with Trump. Ready for reset. Look. Look in quotations. You know, they put a reset. He's ready for a reset. Russian president. Look at the timestamp. Look when I took it. Oh, and all y'all thought Putin was a bad guy. Oh, go change your Facebook profile pictures to the Ukraine flag. Because y'all have no clue how to even put Mississippi on a map. But we got to go change our Facebook profiles to a Ukrainian flag. Look at there. Look at that. That's 2021. Look at all that military aircraft up. And then I put up 2022. Look at that. Oh my God, people. Oh, look at that. Today I got a Gitmo plane in the sky, and guess where they were flying to? South Florida. They were flying to Miami. Who's ever seen the Golden Girls? Look at there. Look. Trump plans $500 million spend on Guantanamo. 500 million. Man, there must be some bad dudes. Look, and he had an executive order. Look at that. Look at here. Let's see. Let me see. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's in my optics document. Yep, it's in my optics document. It's in the optics. Sorry, I took y'all through that. But anyway, you know, I want to take questions, and that's been the key thing. Is like, okay, how do I break this down to y'all, even though it's in the documents? It's like I can't just jump to the border, because then you'll have people who don't understand how we got to this point in history. Okay, so it's like, to understand the covert operation that's going on, you have to be able to think outside your box. You have to be able to understand that you have to trust military. Then you have to know your foundation first. That's why it's important to look into the documents, because I've already typed all that out. If you'll read all that, then when I'm addressing things, you'll pick up on it. The other thing we need to have in here is in the box down here is when someone does have a question, if you've already read or seen a lot of my podcasts, then help people out. You know, it can't just be me helping people out. You got to help your neighbor. That's what this movement is about. Love your neighbor. Don't get frustrated with them. Don't get angry with them. Let me do that. I'm the one that does that. But no, not supposed to do that either. You know, not calling people names. I'm surprised I haven't dropped an F-bomb. I'm actually proud of myself that I haven't dropped an F-bomb, because I'm trying to do better. But I'm pulling up the documents here where you can see where you can see what the tie-in, even though it's been a while back. Oh, well, while I'm passing this right here, see, look, this, I screenshot it. November 13th, look. None of y'all knew They're censoring me. They're trying to shut me down. We froze up for a minute. Okay, we're gonna get on down here. I know where it's at. Don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy, people. Don't look at the screen. Let me just do it like this. Don't look at the screen. Oh, looky here. Looky here. Here's the inauguration day. Marines, you should all be mad. If you're a United States Marine, you should be pissed. Right here. Look. BDUs. Master Gunnery Sergeant Matthew Harding, a trumpet player with the President's own United States Marine Band, during a rehearsal for the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden on January 19th. Look at this. This is the last time the Army, Navy, and Air Force wore BDUs. Look, from 81 to 2008, 81 to 2012. Now look at the Marines. 2005. This is CBS's website now. This is CBS website. Let me find the site. Look, here we go. Right here. We're going to pull it up. Right here. Look at here. CBS News. Let you see that. Don't go to some basement in freaking Podunk, Montana. Look, CBSnews.com. Look. Look, the very first picture. Uh-oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, there's the optic. The interstate system was written, the map here. Look. John Pershing. Ooh, son. Oh my gosh. Is Daddy Trump a troll or what? The military and Trump are trolling the living dog out of Joe Biden's funeral. Look. There's your optic. Non-regulation uniform. Look, he's got 4 buttons. Look. Okay, now look. Here we go. We're going to come on down. We're going to come on down. Don't get dizzy. Look. So this is... Look at these. What in the 1780 is that? Like, that, I mean... Look, they made y'all think that was people out there. It was all flags. It was all pre-recorded. Flags. That's not people. They're flags. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, look. Oh, here it is. Look. Look at this. What in the crap is that? What the heck is this? See, he got like buttons where he can just easy access, take a poop when Taco Bell starts calling? What the crap? I mean, are you serious? I mean, I guess that's a double standard. What the crap? I guess he's like, what the crap? I got a crap. I just unbuttoned my back jacket and let her rip, tater chip. I mean, what kind of cuffs is, look at that. Look at those cuffs. I mean, good Lord have mercy. Look at this guy. He's like, oh man, why do I got all these ropes around me? This dude looks like he is going to Shady Acres. That guy right there is going to Shady Pines with what's her name? Ma off of Golden Girls. Look at that. That joker right there. How's he not retired already? Oh, because he's fake. Sheesh. Why'd you ruin it, Derek? He's a fake soldier. Look, didn't they use the real Joe on the shirt? Like, they go, that fake Joe, and then they actually have real Joe on the shirt. How could they not see? How could people not see real Joe on a t-shirt and fake Joe? I mean, my God. It's just like, look at this guy. What in the... That is not true birth control glasses. Oh, my God. Come on, veterans. You got to do better, veterans. You got to do better. Look. I mean, let's see here. Where's the other ones at? Oh, look at there. There's Master Gunnery again. There he is. Look, BDUs. What in the 2005 is going on here? Hey, that was before MySpace, wasn't it? Huh. Sheesh, maybe he was a friend of mine on MySpace. Who knows? I mean, it's just wild. Like, look, let's find the other fake soldier. Look, where are the insignias? What in the... It's like they just woke up from their mama's basement and said, all right, I'm going to put on some Marine pants with an Air Force top. I just don't care. And this guy's like, he might be real, but he's like, oh, I showed up to the wrong party. Sheesh, what am I doing all these fake uniforms? Look at that. What is going on here? He could dance around to them and have a party. I mean, it's really an atrocity. It's stolen valor. Okay, it's that. Now look at this guy here. Let me break him down again. Look, I didn't even get to wear my gator net in negative 30 degrees, and this fool's getting to wear his in Washington, D.C. I am mad right now. I'm mad. I'm going to call my sergeant and dog him. And look at this thing. This thing has been to Hades and back. I mean, look at that in the back. It looks like a banty rooster. Holy smokes. I mean, what in the world is that? I mean, that's an atrocity there. Oh, look at here. We got a multi-cam uniform and a ACU pattern Kevlar, and we got a brown patch bay that ain't even legal. That is not, none of this is. All right, look at this insignia. What is that? Gosh. Look at here, non-regulation gloves. The only place American flag on the U.S. Army is supposed to be right here. Look, got the same patches. The same patches, look. Same too. That right there, nope. Okay, that right there, nope. This right here, nope. This right here, nope. This right here, nope. This is a bunch. This is a nope picture. It's just the only thing that is legal is right here, a green light. Look at that. That's the only thing in this picture that is legit. Oh, and this Yukon, or is that a Ford? I don't know. Someone give me a sponsorship. Sheesh. It's a disgrace. Oh, look at this. Look at fake. Look at the oyster ear. Look at that. All right. So, 11:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when he swore in. Now let's go back to this document here. Now look, let's go down here. Look. Ooh, Pershing Zone. Look, okay, look. There's Pershing Zone again. All right, now let's come down here. Here's the real Pershing Zone. Oh, we got buttons down the middle. Correct. Now, I tell you what, he's giving it his all, though. I got to give him that. Lord have mercy. Ooh, he must love his job. Look at here. Real. This is a real Pershing Zone. Look at the difference. Look, insignia. Look, there you go. Look at there. Legit. They're a little loose. Okay, give them credit. They might be guard. Give them credit. You know, sometimes guard guys are a little slow. It's okay. They go through the same basic training, but we have to get on them every now and then. Hey, man, tighten your jeans up. Tighten your pants up. Look, this is TAPS. Look there. This is why this is important. See those memorial graves back there? This is why you don't desecrate the uniform. That's what they were doing. Look at that. Here's a real soldier. Look, this is the actual, he's the actual commander of the real Pershing Zone. Okay, this is legit. See, that's what his uniform will look like. Okay, so when you go to the fake guy, it was one of the very first ones up here. Let's see where it's at. Don't get dizzy. Where the heck did it go? Oh my God, where did it go? It just, see? Look, it's got quad buttons. Boom, boom, boom. So it's like, then you go to the real guy. I mean, it's like daylight and dark, people. I mean, it's a desecration. Like, I'm making jokes, I'm making humor, but it's a desecration to the uniform. It really is. It's desecration. But, you know, people don't want to listen to military. Look, this was Joint Base Andrews. Both Air Force Ones at Joint Base Andrews. There's Trump leaving the 20th. There he is right there. And there's the other Air Force One. Both Air Force Ones. Okay, you're telling me that Oyster Ear got 81 votes by sitting in his boxers and trying not to poop his pampies, and he's sitting in his basement, and he gets 81 million votes, and he can't even ride in on an Air Force freaking plane that every other president has gotten in on? I mean, we're talking about presidents that we didn't even like that got to ride on it. Now all of a sudden, you got Depends. He's going to get a sponsorship in Depends down in Gitmo. He can at least hire an attorney and say, hey, can I get one good thing? Can I get some Depends down here where I can just poop my pants and I don't have to get up? I only have to get out of my bunk bed and walk 5 feet to the little toilet right here. Can I just poop my pants right here? You know, it's like, yeah, Like, what the? I mean, it's like, it's just mind-blowing that people can't even apply common sense to the presidency. We're talking about the presidency. Whether you hate the president, you don't like them, you disagree with all their policies, we can go by just the standard. I don't like that guy, but he's flying in on Air Force One. No, the dude that first off, he didn't even fly in on a private jet. He was down in Gitmo, okay? And we have this disconnect with veterans. And then we even have veterans like the girl in the comment box, where she was being an honest question. I wasn't picking on her, but we have veterans who serve for wrong reasons, don't even know their own branch regulations. One of my own sergeants, I called him not long ago. He goes, I say, hey man, who federalizes the National Guard of Federal Duty? I don't know. I wasn't in a National Guard. And then that's why people can't believe a veteran. Because if a dang veteran don't know, then how can a person know? How can a regular civilian know? And that's why it gets frustrating. So, in knowing your history, knowing the March the 4th significance, March the 4th, knowing that the troops stayed past. They told you the troops were there for the inauguration. Why'd they stay all the way to March? I mean, you should have known better. Hell, they had to miss February the 14th. They didn't even get a Valentine's Day. Well, I guess they were like me. I didn't get one either, but they were at least serving their... Come on, people. They're here for the inauguration. Yet people believe Nancy Pelosi. People believe Nancy Pelosi, a Speaker of the House, has what? Power to call the National Guard down or call them up? Nancy Pelosi, a Speaker of the House, a House of Representative, does not have military rank. That alone. I mean, and people are going, oh, I heard her say it on national TV, Derek. I heard her say it. It's that, Karen. Karen, it's that right there. It ain't law. It ain't even military law. It's just, it's mind-blowing. It's truly baffling. I'm trying to find some other stuff that people have asked me where I can address it. I'm trying not to ramble too much, but, I've heard people say, I've got some guys commenting on my Rumble, can you give me the Reader's Digest version of this? Oh, you got the Reader's Digest version of it. So, you're probably the reason why we're here, because y'all want a Reader's Digest version of a 150-year-old problem in the U.S. and a 2,000-year problem in the world. But you want a Reader's Digest version of it. Bravo. People can't even read, some of these dudes can't even read an ESPN magazine. That's our problem. People just shift through the papers. Oh, look at here. Look at Julio Jones got a new contract. Don't even read the contract. Can't even read the contract. Don't want to read the contract. I just heard he got a contract. You want to talk about it? No, I don't want to talk about it. But little things like that. Let me show you how brilliant Donald Trump is. This is how brilliant Donald Trump is. Look at Donald Trump. Look at that. Most people can't even redraw that, much less interpret what quantum physics looks like. Okay? I can't even draw a straight stick man with a ruler. But we got people saying this man is dumb, but look at who he's sitting around. Look at this. This is a long time ago. That's young Donald, So, and there's Macaulay Culkin right there. Just kidding. It's not Macaulay Culkin. Look. Most people can't even look. Look at that. Look who's in the picture. He's brilliant. Y'all gonna find out. This dude's a lot smarter than what y'all thought he was. You just don't show all your cards. You don't show it all at one spot. Like I didn't do in country music when I dropped that truth bomb. Okay, look. So let's look at this right here. All right. Look at here. Oh, look later that day. That's when they appeared. Y'all remember that speech? January 11th. Look at this right here. Look at President Trump. Look at that. See that? Ooh, burn. Look at that. Let's see what that says. April 12th, 1776, the day North Carolina became first in freedom and launched the what? American Revolution. Look what's behind him. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Yeah. So that was, look what day that was. June the 7th. So that's when everybody thought Biden was president. Look what's behind him. Whew. June the 7th, 2021. Look at that. And what? Launched the what? American Revolution. April 12th is the anniversary of the Halifax Resolves. Look, a document that empowered the 3 North Carolina delegates at the Continental Congress to what? Concur with delegates of the other colonies in declaring independence and forming foreign alliances. This was the first action. And look at him on June 2021. Y'all better start reading y'all some Executive Order 13958, the 1776 Commission, where he specifically said we're putting God back in the schools. We're putting our American Revolutionary Foundation back in the schools. Look, there's a gold fringe flag. Everybody hates the Dallas Cowboys, but anyway, that's a gold fringe flag at the Dallas Cowboys game. All right. Look, who is that? Oh, didn't she get her butt burned up recently? Oh, Margie. Look at the gold fringe flag behind her, though. That's what no one should have been paying attention and being mad at her. You should have been looking at that bad boy right there. That bad boy. That bad boy right there. See that gold fringe right there in the corner? That's what y'all should have been paying attention to. See, March 28, 2022. But no, we're a drama-filled nation. Look, here's where it says it. Every single picture, I said that. But here's what it says. This is the, look, see this right here? 1925, 34 Op, Attorney General 483. Placing of the fringe on the national flag, the dimensions of the flag, and arrangement of the stars are matters of detail not controlled by statute, but with the discretion of the President as Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy. President Trump, let's go back, January 11th, 2021. And let's go back up here. This was December 2020, and I knew 2 people sitting in this crowd. I know 2 people sitting right out there. Look at the flag. Where's the gold fringe? All right, now come back down. January 11th, that's where they first started. He did it January the 6th too, but they did it right here in this speech to the nation. Then you come down, once again, the Attorney General says what? What does it say? Placing of the fringe, President as Commander-in-Chief of the Army and the Navy. Well, what was first in our nation? The Army and the who? The Navy. Boy, y'all got a lot to catching up to do. And this is why the flag is important. So all the little laughy faces that were on here earlier, laughing at that truth before we got into the humor section, this is what you're laughing at. So I'm going to tell you what, this is where we get fired up. That's where veterans get fired up, and every veteran that's written into me. We're all on this same page. You see how they're all honoring these, look, all different. Look, all the different suits. Look, this right here is why it matters. So you go ahead and make your little laughy face, but when we kick in your freaking door and the wolf is growling at you, you ain't going to be laughing anymore. You better hope we don't go to martial law, full martial law. We're in limited martial law right now, but you and all you trolls out there, you better hope to God we don't go to full martial law. Because this right here, we're going to come after you right there. So, Mundt-Smith Act. Y'all need to look that up. Look, the Muslims reversal. Who is the Muslim? That would be Osama Obama. He used propaganda in news. Okay, so you got to be able to look at that. Okay, so I was getting a text message and I can't read it, but it's my social media girl saying something. But maybe I'm rambling too much. But you know, it's so hard to take everything in these documents and do a show on it live, because everybody's got different questions and everybody's at different walks with this whole optic and this whole operation. So I just want to make it vital to know that I know it's because I wrote it. It sounds like I'm saying read what I wrote, but those documents, I wrote them where the common everyday American can look at law and order versus all this other confusion and all this other stuff that sounds like conspiracy talk and conspiracy theory. I wrote those were the common everyday American, because I'm a common everyday American. If I was sitting somewhere and I didn't know what I knew, and someone said, hey, do you pay taxes? And I'll say, yes, I do. I do pay taxes. And they say, okay, well, shouldn't you want to know how this system works and how the government works and how it's allocated and where the taxes are going, where it's taken from, where it's applied to? Yes, I do. I'd like to know that. Okay, well, it's the same foundation. Our military came first. Our military law came first, and then the Declaration, and then the Constitution. Okay, there's some John Wayne movies that I recorded. I'm trying to post them on Truth Social because they're so long, but I'll try to post them on Facebook. That we're talking about in the 70s. They're quoting the same thing I just said. Okay, so you have to be able to understand that from a commonality. And I think that's why God called me in the position I am, because I wrote all this stuff from the average everyday chronological order from 2017 to present day. When you read through those, then you can come and I can address questions like that, which I addressed earlier, the Executive Order 13848. The reason why that's important to hop on that, go to that in the documents, the deadline is in 5 days. So there's some actions that's got to take place visually or optically. And if they choose not to address both of them, then a bunch of guys like us will be seeing the optics around that, knowing, okay, well, either the military's got to fully act or something. So they're not going to let this roll into 2024. They're not going to, because if they let it roll into 2024, then the American people will think Biden had a full presidency, and then they're not going to do that. That's why Donald Trump Jr. posted the picture he did. It said, okay, it showed Clinton's presidency before, after, Clinton. Okay, it showed before, the beginning and the end. So it was Clinton. Then it went Bush, Obama, Trump, and then Biden, Trump. Okay, so, you know, all this stuff you're seeing, the FBI talk, you had to been following the FBI before. You had to been following that Donald Trump called out the FBI the whole time he was in office. And what did he have to deal with? Trolls. He had to deal with liberal media sitting there diverting him here. When he was trying to address law and order, he was having to deal with drama here and drama here. So the same thing that I'm dealing with now. I'm dealing with all these platforms, not all of them, but a few of them who are going, you know, I've you know, this, that, and other. And I'm like, look, I'm not trying to start a platform. I'm just upset to why you either didn't know and you've got this platform, or you did know and you've been Hansel and Greteling people this 2 years. Because you, the people, matter. We all matter, okay? We have budgets. We have mortgages. We have cars to pay for. Y'all have children. I don't. But a lot of you have children. You have college to worry about with them. So, you know, why? And I'm not saying to come over and just support me because of that, but you know, you got to resonate with who you resonate with. But this is not about fan bases. This shouldn't be about, you know, I like this guy because he talks this way. You should be looking for guys showing you truth by law and order, not by a feeling or an emotion, or not by something that makes you feel good or not. Law don't always feel good, but law is what the law is. And until the law gets changed, that's how the law is going to read. Okay, so you should be supporting someone that's showing you law and order. Okay, and there's a lot of, there might be a few more out there doing it. And I've been on some good shows recently. Dan on the Fridge. Okay, I was on that show. Great show. Got a lot of great questions. I got a lot of great questions from Michael Jaco, the Navy SEAL, former Navy SEAL. So I've got a lot of more coming up. I'm supposed to go on Diamond and Silt, which will be fun. I'm not sure when that is, but I've heard they want me on. But there's a lot of shows I'm going on because, we got to get to the people. We got to get people the real truth by law and order, not by Derek's feelings. Here's where I'm at. It's September the 6th, 2022. Obviously, it's 10:28 p.m. I take an optic that as I get optics during the day, then I read it and I apply it with what the law and order says. Not by how I think it's going to go, but I go, the only way President Trump could issue executive privilege is Congress to do it for him. Okay, so when y'all read that recently, when the Mar-a-Lago raid happened, I didn't even have to pay attention to the drama. I don't even have to hear about a raid. I hear, the article says here they took executive privilege classified information. Executive privilege. The only person who can exert executive privilege is a sitting president, because why? Congress has to approve that for him. You think this, if I didn't know what I knew and you didn't know about these documents, if I didn't know anything, do you think that this Congress would support President Trump to classify and to take all this classified files and put it over here where no one can look at it? I mean, since January 2021, this is an optic for me, but for you, the people who didn't know any of this was going on, since January 2021, all right, January 20th, 2021 and beyond, no less than 10 Republicans have sided with the Democrats in the Senate. So you really think that if this was a real Congress, that they would exert executive privilege for President Trump, who they've vocally said that they do not like, and they're trying to block him every way they can? It's just, that's the common sense right there, okay? So then you'd have to go look up executive privilege. You'd have to go to Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever you're using, and go look up executive privilege and read the laws. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot. Every bit of this is a lot of reading. Every single word, every single entity. I've already done it for you. It's in those documents. But no, they would not do that. They don't like Trump. It's all an optic anyway. But for the average day person who didn't know this was an optic and an operation going on, no, they wouldn't exert executive privilege for a president they don't like. They would be actually digging into those classifieds if they could. But they can't. And this is why President Trump also said, be careful what you wish for. And it's also why he said being president is very, very, very powerful. He wasn't saying it from a power trip mode. He was saying, be careful what you wish for, because a lot of these executive orders that were written under Obama and Clinton and Bush are going to come back to bite them. Because what other people don't realize, Obama wrote an executive order that protects national archives by the president, which are files by the president. Obama wrote an executive order to protect files by the president. Okay? That was just the last president, obviously. So now they're saying that we want to see classified information when Obama wrote, no, you can't see certain things by the president. So not only did Obama screw his own party, because now the military is in control, now President Trump, he extended his powers as president back in January by the Constitution, Article 2 and 4 of the Constitution, by Title 10, Title 32, 47 United States Code 606, the Law Manual of War, 10 United States Code 246, 10 United States Code 12406, the Stafford Act, and Presidential Emergencies Act. All those together extended President Trump's power as president, because you saw it. Here's how you visually know it was activated. The National Guard, 50 states in one location, all 50 states were federalized in federal duty. It's called federalizing. So that's how you know those laws were activated. That's how you know that President Trump is in charge, by law and order. Okay? So then when you go back and look at President Obama writing this archive that they can't touch it, that no one can touch it, then you would know executive privilege is a executive. Who is the executive branch? The president. Executive branch, executive privilege. It is the president's privilege to what? Exert this honor, this code, this thing to protect what? These files. See how easy that is? It's really easy when you break it down like that. So the only person who can do that is a sitting president, because he needs Congress to do it. So when the articles came out in November 2021 telling you that President Trump exerted executive privilege, they're telling you he's president. All right, I've got another article in the optics, in the optics document, just about a month and a half ago. It was the Washington Post, and it's Saudi Arabia calls Biden dissidents. Okay, so it's a dissident. Okay, they don't like Biden, because why? Saudi Arabia crowned President Trump king in 2020. All right, when you scroll down in that article, it calls Biden. Washington Post wrote an article about the Saudi calling Biden Biden. Don't say President Biden. It don't even say Joe Biden. It just says Biden. Few sentences down, it says what? President Trump. It's right in front of everybody. You got to read. You can't scroll through Facebook news or see just the little, the little subject there and go, oh, this, that. You got to click on it, read, and you'll find the optics in it. Like, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful when, it ain't because of what you're going through in your personal lives, but it is if you can separate that and find your happiness. You may have to pinch on certain things. You may have to eat certain things that like candied yams or something. But you may have to pinch back, hold back a little bit. But if you can see the bigger picture, it's this sting operation, and they're going to make your life 1,000% better. On the flip side of this, it's going to be a biblical reset. It's going to be a monumental reset. If you go back and listen to President Trump, everything he said has come to fruition. You got to go watch when you watch let me pull it up here. Let's see if I can get it pulled up real quick. This is what we do on the air. Some of these videos are long, but it's what we do on the air. When I was on the air earlier, yesterday, he pulled up a video and he played like 5 or 6 minutes of the video. So you got to take time. Yeah, these videos are going to be long, but that's what I'm here for. If you don't like it, you can hop off and, it's fine. But people saying, oh, you need to get to the point. I can't get to the point. That's a whole part of this. But let's just see if we can pull this up right here. Let's just see right here.
Jill from IT is worried
Jill from IT is worried about this.
Citrix lets people work securely.
Oh, we gotta watch the full thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get through the ad. Let's just do that. Dismiss. Now watch this bad boy.
In fact, many people tell me that modesty is perhaps...
Oh, it ain't loud. This one's not loud at all. Let's see if this one is. Y'all gotta watch this. If you haven't watched this, here we go.
Thank you, Al. Wow.
Listen.
That was good. This is a hell of a dinner. Well, I want to thank Your Eminence. This is really great to be with you again. Beloved Governor Cuomo, great senators. Hi, Chuck. He used to love me when I was a Democrat,
There, look. There's Schumer.
Mayor de Blasio, wherever you are. Where's Mayor?
De Blasio, remember that name? This is...
See, in the old days, I would have known him very well, but I haven't been doing so much of the real estate anymore. And I want to thank Al and Nan Smith. Just a fantastic job you do with the dinner. Congratulations on a record.
Let's get on fast.
They've introduced me to their children.
What's going on?
I've always been a no good, rotten, disgusting scoundrel. And they totally forgot it.
All right, well, it's just going to be a pain. It's not going to do it. It's just anyway. But y'all don't need to be arguing in the comment box. If there's a troll in here, we'll get them out. We'll block them, because I'm not about freedom of speech on my page. If you can't handle law and order, then I'm not going to handle it, So don't worry about people. Don't worry about that. If they're being trolls, I'm not even paying attention to them, but we'll find them and kick them off. He'll get blocked and kicked out. So don't worry about that. If trolls can't handle law and order, we're in trouble anyway. But we're not in trouble because the military's in charge. So don't worry about the trolls. Y'all keep your cool in the comment box and don't worry about it. They've got a short shelf life. They don't have a voice, okay, and they're upset because they don't have a voice. And let's don't let them steal your platform. This is also your platform. It ain't just mine. So don't even worry about it. If people hate me, guess what? That's what I was called for. Because if you think you're a troll, I'm a troll and a half. And if you think you're a troll and a half, I'm a double troll. So don't worry about the trolls. They're showing their face for a reason. And if you know them personally in your communities, then they chose what side of the line they want to stand on. Such a pain that there must be censoring and stuff, because it just keeps going in and out. But But you know, I will get more, like, I like going live like this where it's just more intimate and I can be myself. But you know, if you have particular questions, if you've already read the documents, or if you haven't, that's okay. But still, send your questions to my1776nation@gmail. And what I'm going to start doing this week, starting this week, is start doing a sit-down show where I don't ramble in between. I don't do the little jokes in between. I think that's my personal calling, but some people don't like it. And so, you know, what I'll try to do is just address those questions where it's just blah, 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 what you want to know around it. But, you know, it's really hard to do this because, once again, this is such a big picture. And you have to be up here at the 40,000-foot airplane view and look down on this massive, there's so many moving pieces. There's so much law and order to it. That's why trolls have a hard time, because trolls can't even tie Velcro shoes correctly. Okay? They can't even pour milk and cereal correctly. Okay? They can't even get the cereal off the shelf correctly. Because why? They live in a basement and their mamas have to get it for them. Okay, so, you know, don't worry about the trolls. They're why I'm here. We're to root them out. If they can't handle law and order, they're going to have a hard time moving forward in the future when Executive Order 17, the 13958, the 1776 Commission, when it gets put back into law, when God gets put back into schools, and when the foundation gets back into it, they're going to be a lot of little hurt, they're going to be crying. You think Donald Trump was rough on people? I'm going to be rough on you. There's going to be a lot of people going, oh, Mommy, can you believe what they said to me? He said that God is a real person and he loves me. That's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be going home going, oh, they want to play real tackle football again. Oh, my gosh, they want to play the Oklahoma drill, and I don't want to get hit. That's what people are going to be doing. We're going to have a lot of people, and that's what we're going to do. This is what this movement is. We're separating patriots from the pansies. Okay?